Quillarumiyoc is a pre-Columbian archaeological site located 30 miles northwest of Cusco, Peru. It lies upon the plain of Anta, a rich agricultural area where potatoes, barley, and quinoa have been grown for centuries. Farmers inhabit the area now, but 500 years ago, the Incas visited this site to worship the cosmos, and perhaps the moon goddess especially. Indeed, Quillarumiyoc is Quechua for stone of the moon, and its most distinctive feature is a crescent that is carved in the limestone rock. But in reality, very little is known about the site, including whether Quillarumiyoc was its original name, or if lunar worship truly was its main purpose. Few tourists visit the complex nowadays, but those who do are treated to a spectacular display of stone terraces, water channels, caves, and thrones set against the backdrop of rolling hills and forest. I came here in October 2017 at the start of my week-long trek through the Andes Mountains. My group was traveling by bus to our trailhead and making various stops along the way, Quillarumiyoc being our first. Ironically, while I'd come to Peru to research its history, I knew almost nothing of this interesting site. As we drove up the gravel road to the entrance, I was immediately enchanted by the rustic mountain atmosphere and presence of local cattle farmers. We got out and started a short hike to the site, which is located over 10,000 feet above sea level. For several hours, I wandered around the complex, taking pictures and videos and learning what I could from my guide. Most experts agree that Quillarumiyoc served as a waka, or sacred place worshipped by Andean peoples since long before the arrival of the Spaniards. Wakas could be objects, places, or concepts, and either natural or man-made. Examples include caves, mountains, running water, temples, stairways, mummies, and celestial bodies. In the Cusco region, some 328 earthly wakas were mapped along a seca system, which was comprised of 42 invisible lines that radiated from Cusco like spokes of a wheel. Though commonly attributed to the Incas, the tradition of identifying and worshiping wakas may predate the rise of the Incas by hundreds or thousands of years. Indeed, Quillarumiyoc may have been used long before 1200 AD, when the Incas are thought to have arrived in the Cusco region. It's unclear whether the stepped semicircle carved in the limestone rock depicts the moon, rainbow, or something else. But since it faces east, it may align with the solstice or equinox sunrises. The design may have been a sundial of sorts, serving as a timekeeping tool. Some people suggest the large limestone outcrop into which the crescent is carved has the shape of a puma, and that the crescent is its eye. Interestingly, the crescent contains 7 intricately carved steps or platforms along its circumference. Why the number 7? Since ancient times, this number has played a significant role in religion, astrology, numerology, alchemy, and mysticism, especially concerning the measurement of time. For example, there are 7 days in a week, a system typically attributed to the Babylonians who accorded 1 day for each of the heavenly bodies. The Romans later named the 7 days of the week after their gods. And in the Old Testament, the world was created in 7 days. On the other hand, numerologists regard the number 7 no single meaning and view it more broadly as a search for truth. In fact, no one today seems to know the reason Quillarumioc's builders selected 7 steps. Below the crescent pattern is an arena of carved thrones. Some experts believe these seats face the December solstice sunrise and June solstice sunset. They reminded me of the throne carvings at Sacsayhuaman and Kenco on the outskirts of Cusco. Perhaps the Sapa Inca himself once sat here, along with his priests, to observe important ceremonies. Maybe mummies or offerings were placed here instead, or maintained by local families or kin groups known as Aylus. In the Inca Empire, Aylus were responsible for taking care of wakas in their territories, and it seems many families derive their names from these natural features. I would gladly have spent more time at Quillarumiyoc, and I wish I'd known more about the site prior to my visit. If this place intrigues you, there are a number of other more in-depth videos available on YouTube. If you're fortunate enough to travel to Peru, you should be able to locate a tour company or taxi driver who will take you to the site. But don't wait too long. Like Peru's other archaeological attractions, this place will see an increasing number of tourists in the coming years.